Dr. Ruth Anderson and Teri Angel here for a meditation a day. Today we would normally do a silent meditation, but with technological issues, we're going to do meditation excavation instead, where we just invite you to meditate along with us. And Teri and I are just going to share with you whatever messages we're receiving from Spirit. We're glad that you're here. Teri Angel, here we go. Let's try this one.
Thank you, Ruth, and hello, everyone.
Okay, well, Teri, would you start us off, please?
Sure, let's go into our hearts. So, folks, just breathe in. Breathe right into your heart center. Feel your body start to relax and exhale that breath out, getting your mindset for meditation. I'm going to call in the angels. So just continue to take deep breaths into your lungs, slowly and gently, and release them back out as we ask our archangels to surround all of us, starting with Archangel Raphael, the angel of healing, and then going around the circle to Archangel Michael, coming in to make this a sacred space. Only love and light can flow in here, only that which is from the divine. And Michael will hold that protection for us. Then we go to Archangel Gabriel. And Gabriel, we ask that you give us messages and clarity and whatever we need to focus on during this time together. We complete the circle with Archangel Uriel. Uriel is the angel of the earth. He helps us to ground into Earth's energy, putting our roots down into the earth, connecting in with the crystalline center, and feeling balanced and centered as we do so. Thank you, angels, for providing this support for all of us as we do our work together. Now, with your next breath in, let's connect with the divine. So just see a channel of light opening from the top of your crown, reaching upward, up, 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 until we reach the great central sun and we connect in with the Creator, with Divine Mother, with Christ, ascended masters, other angels and spirit beings of light, and your ancestors, your loved ones, calling in all of our spiritual help today to help us to see where we need to focus our energy. And then bring that energy down into your heart, anchor it there with the earth energy, and just exhale that breath out as you relax your body and let your mind just drift to where this meditation will take us. So we will now begin to focus on whatever is being shown to us.
Thank you, Teri, so much. There were so many different visuals just flying in. And it was like, okay, I don't even know where to start here. I'm not going to go backwards and recount any of those. The last thing that they showed me is we're sitting outside and there's this babbling brook right next to us. And the water, you can just hear the water.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
And I'm feeling Christ sitting there on a rock with us. And he dipped his hand into the water. And now he's talking about the water. It feels like it's a parable. Purpose, this is living water. I think not only for the organisms that are in it, but I think it's symbolic, not water per se.
I think so. It's so clear and so beautiful just to watch it as it rolls over the stones.
I heard, let it nourish you and let it sate you.
Hmm.
That you should want for nothing. And it's symbolic of the love of the Creator. That when we allow ourselves to be really immersed in that energy, we want for nothing. We need nothing. And he's offering us a chalice, a wooden, it's not a chalice, but a wooden cup thing with the handle. And he dipped it into the water and he's offering it to us to drink. He said, drink from the river of life. And my brain went to, oh, that's interesting, because that's what we call the other thing, the river
Mhm.
of life.
Right. Yeah, we've been there many times, but this is smaller, it feels.
Yeah.
It's more personal.
And as I'm drinking it, and it's cold and
Mhm.
very, very refreshing, it feels like it's just knocking everything out of my brain.
Right.
Friends, anybody watching, I invite you, as Christ is, to drink from this wooden cup. I heard, cast all your burdens aside and follow me.
It felt like a, excuse me, a physical shedding as well.
Mm-hmm.
So while those burdens were coming off and all the things that we hold on to that are not for our best good, we've got physical experiences as well, where we're just being stronger as things are sloughed off. Our body starts to stand taller and straighter. It's a
So,
change that you can actually see instead of just being able to feel it.
so I now see us walking behind him, and we're back in the olden days when Christ walked the earth, because I'm seeing what we're wearing, and I'm seeing like we're walking through sand in sandals. And we're just observing him as he's talking to folks as we're walking down this street. I just saw him talking to a woman. He went up and he put his hand on her cheek as he was talking to her. And she looked up at him and she smiled, like either she had been crying or upset before that moment. And she looked up and smiled. Teri, can you see him walking and talking to other folks?
I do. And I'm reminded of the story from the scriptures where just touching the hem of his garment was healing. There was there were people who just followed him and just wanted a miracle from him, and they got it because they believed. Yeah, I've heard so many times throughout my life the master's touch, that praise, and just being there in his presence. That's, to me, that's the touch. But just watching as people are admiring him and sending out the love to him and receiving it back. That's the healing. It's in the love.
So somebody reached out and tried to grab our garments. We said, no, no, no. You have to touch Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, if you love me, you also have the ability to do some healing. And he said, heal yourself.
Yeah, there was a teaching of his that said, these things that I do, you can do and more. So he was never one that would say, only I can heal. And that's why when we receive that healing power from spirit, we can pass it on. We can be the conduit for it to flow through us.
But it has to go through the creator.
Exactly.
It's not you healing, it's not me healing, it's the creator healing through us.
Right. Allowing it to flow.
He said it's your choice if you want to accept it. He said not everyone does. Hmm. He said, now you try it. Okay, so he took us to where there's folks that are wanting some healing.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want a caveat in here that this is not us being blasphemous. this is us sharing what we're being shown by being with this Christ consciousness.
I see people from my circle that ask for healing and ask for prayers for miracles in their life. I see them gathering.
My hands right now feel very hot and
Mm-hmm.
tingly.
Tingly. Yeah.
So I'm seeing a gentleman in front of me, and I believe that he's blind. And so Christ is telling me to put my hands on his eyes. And I know that this is not me doing anything other than being a conduit. And this is interesting because a serpent just came out of the man's eyes, and I like grabbed it and threw it aside. And I'm guessing the guy can see now. Teri, what are you experiencing?
Well, I was holding space for you as you were doing that and just letting love flow from my hands onto your hands and then onto the man. And I was just hearing that we're blocked by those things that create fear in us. So, bringing that to me personally, I do have a fear of snakes because I've experienced them in my whole life pretty much. And so it's one of those things that I stay away from. But I got that message very clearly that whatever is going on, that's we're experiencing a challenge or a struggle, there's a fear behind it. There's a fear base. And you released that fear in him by showing love. And love and fear can't reside together. So the fear had to be removed. And then he was able to open up. And I think when we, as quote, energy healers, that's what we call ourselves, when we work with somebody, we are infusing so much love into their being, all parts of their being, that the fear has to go. It has to be removed. And I just see like a line of people that just keep coming forward. And there's so many in our world right now that are looking for that love, acceptance, looking to release the fear out of themselves, and many that don't know that that's the struggle, is the struggle of fear.
So, Teri, you try one.
Okay. Mine's a lady, and she has on the old time garb, like that would be in Jesus' time that he was here on earth. And she has it wrapped around her head, and then her robe is flowing loosely. But I can tell that she's got some issues with just being able to move. She's hunched over, so she's unable to. Sorry, I turned my phone off, but it was making noise. She's unable to move freely, so she's got mobility issues, and she even has a cane. So she's wanting to be able to just move without hurting. So I'm placing my hand on both of her shoulders, one hand on each shoulder. And I can see Jesus as he's observing what we're doing. And he's just smiling because he knows that just the touch is sending that love through to her. And as I just gently keep my hands placed there, just watching her face light up, and then she starts to straighten, and she's releasing the cane now because she feels stronger. Mm. She's an not old lady, not old like 90-ish. She's like maybe in her 60s. And as she looks up, you can just see like the crinkles on her face, the worry, frowning that was there to start to dissolve, and just looking happy again. Happy that she feels stronger and doesn't feel the weakness anymore. Mm. My hand is really on fire on the right. So there was something going on the right side of her body, almost like a paralysis type of energy. But now she's able to move.
I'm seeing so many different folks coming up wanting healing. And I asked, do we need to know what the issue is? And I heard no, just touch them. And with each one, as I do that, I'm seeing like this shift, like energy's being released or something. There's like a physical shift. But I find as I go up to each one, my hands just automatically go somewhere, like to the heart or the ears, to the leg. I'm just intuiting what needs that healing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not depleting anything from me because it's not me doing it. I asked, is this so people will live forever? And the answer was no. It's to help them be more comfortable while they are alive.
Have a quality of life.
I asked if we can use this on ourselves, and I heard yes.
And because it's all about the love. That's how we heal, is through love. And many times we forget to love ourselves.
He just handed us orange flowers to like give people a flower, symbolic of something. Redemption. Interesting. And I'm hearing that redemption is to know God. To know the Creator. So it's almost like a business card, like for anybody that you healed. You give them a flower and you remind them this healing was from the love of the Creator.
Love that, Ruth.
Yeah, it wasn't Teri that did it. It wasn't Ruth that did it. It was the love of the Creator that did it.
Mm.
Well, Teri, this will be interesting to see if we can use this and how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
I asked if it's like Reiki, and then my hands got all hot again. And it was like, it's like Reiki on steroids.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So, Teri, I think this feels like a good place for us to stop. Does that seem like a good place for you to stop?
It does. Yeah, I just want to go back to that babbling brook and stay there. Yeah, it was interesting when we started and we were at the brook. My friend Jean in Vermont has a babbling brook, and it has the big rock that you could sit on, just sit in the middle of it and meditate. And that was what I was envisioning when we were sitting there with Jesus and having him visit that particular one and sit on that big rock and just share love. So beautiful. I'm sure it's
It's
probably covered with snow right now.
Well, so interesting. We had every technical issue that we could have this morning. So that's why we didn't do what we normally do. But I am guessing this is what we were supposed to do. So
It obviously was. It needed to be a healing meditation. Yeah.
beautiful. Well, thank you. Thank you, Teri, for being here. And thank you, friends, for being here whenever you're here. It feels like this is a new starting place for us. And we'll just see where this new part of life takes us. So, yeah, thank you. Friends here at Enlightened World Network, thank you for being here. Take good care. God bless. We'll see you all soon.
Bye, everyone.